out for themselves. So Sam, I want you to try out the intro.
Okay.
You know the intro that I usually do, like how I say it. Nikki, give him an example of how what
Look
what
at me,
you
my
did.
name's Ben. I'm a ridiculous guy, and I have a show named after myself. La da da da. That's it. That's my.
That's exactly it.
I already gave another version, but you missed it. I improv this shit. It's kind of hard to repeat.
Oh, we're streaming. I heard it.
Probably.
I heard it in the background. It's so weird.
You heard what in
My
the
own
background?
voice, talking to myself. 10
You heard it
seconds
through the
ago.
grapevine?
Oh, well, that's cheatings.
You know, if you would tell us we're streaming, I could get on the chat and talk with these awesome people. They think I'm a god.
Hey,
Actually, I think
everybody.
everyone's a god except
This
for
is
Ben.
Ridiculous Rants. We talk about stuff. We're nerds. Ben named the show after himself, and we want to get this fucking thing out of the corral. So there you go, folks.
The Golden Corral?
The Golden Corral. Can I introduce our
Is it
topic?
Golden Corral? I like food.
It's cosplay. It's when
Right.
people play as Bill Cosby, which is not as funny as it would have been a few months ago. It's when people pretend to beat him up because he's a mean old man.
So Anna, do you want to take a stab at the intro that I usually do? Make fun of me, be an ass. I can't hear
I
you.
didn't say anything.
Oh, that's why I can't hear you.
Probably. Okay.
Wow, that was
Okay.
a great intro.
Uh-huh.
Ah,
Hey, I enjoyed
let's.
it.
Okay.
I clapped. Come on.
For real now, though. For real now.
If you fuck this up, Ben, I'm gonna kill myself.
I'm another ridiculous Riddick.
I'm just a step
Okay.
away.
Don't worry, I got this. I know how to do it. It's another ridiculous night as my round table joins me, Ben, the ridiculous Riddick, and rants concerning the nerd culture of yesterday and today. Joining me at my round table, as always, the always lovely Nikki, the powerful
Oh, hi. I
Powell.
guess I'm done making fun of you for now.
It's the Asian invasion, Sam
Past and
Chen.
present. I was talking about.
I don't
the
like
future,
that one.
Okay, the future.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like Asian invasion. I need to come up with some kind of good intro for you. And of course, he likes to ramble. He's Ranj. It's Brant rambling with Ranj.
It's true.
And joining us for her podcast debut,
It's called
another ridiculous Riddick, one of my favorite ridiculous Riddicks, Anna, the ridiculous Riddick. I love saying ridiculous. I don't know if you guys have noticed.
I know you do. You narcissistic bastard.
That's the whole reason I spelled ridiculous the correct way in a conversation with you the other day, because I knew you'd be, if I spelt it like are ridiculous, you'd be like, yeah. So I'd spelt it the right way.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah. Did you know my phone autocorrects?
So does
ridiculous?
mine.
Like the.
So I changed it to the other
So
one.
if I wanted to type the regular,
Nikki,
no,
you should.
It just doesn't work that way.
Autocorrect with Ben is a narcissist.
Ah,
You can just
I
program it
should.
in.
There
that's
you
so
go.
Ben is a narcissist.
That's true.
I love it. Oh my god, I'm totally doing it.
You know what? I cannot help myself though. I like being narcissistic. I like me.
It's the only one.
Well,
I know. It's been that way since forever.
I'm gonna step away for just a second because the cat threw the keyboard on the ground.
How ridiculous was that?
I've spent a lot of time with Ben since I've been here. I can confirm his narcissism.
It's kind of hard to be in the same room, isn't it?
Ben, we've hung out for like 40-something
Can
hours.
you even believe that he's sharing the screen with you? I mean, come on.
I know. I'm surprised he hasn't
Serious.
slowly like pushed you to the side.
Actually, you know what? Let me check Twitch.
We
He probably
shared.
has
We
to
technically
drop out.
shared a room together for
So-
one evening.
Here's the thing. I wish I could know how to just crop him and put him in a different square so I can have my own square, but fortunately the software that I use doesn't crop the webcam. It'll crop the screen, just not the webcam.
Ben, we can sit next to each other. We literally have spent like 40 hours with each other.
I know.
Let's power through.
It's a little much, Brant. It's a little much. Anyways, our topic tonight, cosplay. And its effect on gaming culture as a whole. I brought my sister in on this because she likes to do the art thing, where she cuts clothes and glues it together with a glue stick
Hot glue.
and hot glue. Sorry, not a glue stick, hot glue. and she makes things with it. She also draws.
Likes to do the art
as
thing.
the art thing. It's better than doing the fart thing.
You do that all the time.
I do, every chance I can. But before we get into our main topic, I'm bringing back a segment that I've always known and loved. It's been a part of the show. We're coming back to it. That topic is, what the hell are you doing with your life? Now, Sam, Anna, it might have been a while since you've heard said segment on the show, so let me explain, what are you doing with your life? It's, what games are you playing? What books are you reading? What nerdy things are you doing with your life right now? Or
follows
in the
the
last
title
week?
of the game.
Yeah, it's pretty
Straightforward.
it's deep. Okay, that's all I have to say. Exactly. Since Anna's being a bitch, Sam, what have you been doing with your life?
Nicest one so far. Just saying.
Once his earbuds have gone in.
There you go. In gaming, it's really just been Destiny. I am.
What is Destiny?
Shut up, man.
Oh, okay.
No, I think it's mainly just like crack. It's like if crack were, a video game, and I partake of it on a casual basis. Casual crack abuser.
Bungie's a really good crack dealer too. I mean, they're a crack dealer that keeps you
You're
addicted
just
to crack.
recreational user.
Recreational crack.
Yeah.
But probably
Recreational
Social
crack.
cracker.
Is there any other type of crack, like
Oh,
professional
there's definitely
crack?
professional.
It's like performance enhancing crack.
Yeah, you haven't been on the professional crack scene. Sam showed me a little taste of what that was like in Vegas, and that's not something I can touch. Like,
I've been offered cocaine before. I've never done it.
That's probably a good call.
With my personality, yes, and just generally, yes.
So, Destiny, you've been playing the Iron Banana.
Iron Banana. All day,
God.
every day.
Iron Banana.
G was playing Iron Banana.
I know, unfortunately.
Yeah. No, the other geeky thing I'm doing right now is Anime Expo comes up next month, and I am working on the fashion show.
Cool.
Fun
Fashion show.
times.
That sounds fun. Is the anime fashion show at one of the hotels out there?
Sure.
I'm guessing.
Yes. Maybe.
I don't know.
It's in his house.
It's in his house.
It's the one in L.A. Anime Expo's in L.A. Or Anaheim.
Oh, okay.
Or I don't know. Something in SoCal somewhere. You and that big state
Out there.
of yours.
Yeah, I know. Some people want to split it into like 7 states, but yeah, I know. Nikki,
Yeah.
Heart attack. That would be fun.
Nick,
Hurts him just to say it.
what have you been doing with your life, Nikki?
I started Fallout 3 the other day. Coincidentally,
What? Okay.
2 hours before everyone freaked out over Fallout 4 being announced. I was like, well, that was good timing.
So my question for you is, have you played Fallout 3
No,
before?
I've never played a Fallout game at all. This is my first one. I just decided to jump in,
Oh my gosh.
and I spent the first 2 hours creating a character. Because that's what I do with my life.
So, how far are you
I'm
so
out of the
far?
bunker. Spoilers? I don't know. It's like 5
Yeah.
minutes in.
You make it
Yeah,
out of
I'm
the bunker. Congratulations.
And I made it into the city, and now I don't know what I'm doing, honestly. I'm kind of just like wandering around. So I haven't picked it up
Okay,
yet.
so here's what you do. There's going to be a bomb. They're going to ask you to either defuse it or blow it up. Blow that shit up. Okay? Because then you get a much cooler game of
Awesome.
Fallout. Just trust me on that. Blow that shit up.
Okay.
Like it's dynamite.
I don't think spoiler is quite
where do I
necessary
find
for a
said
game that
bomb?
came out years and years ago.
Because I've been walking
You-
around for a while, and I haven't found anything other than a few psychos.
So it's part of the main quest.
Stumble upon it?
I don't want to spoil too much. Yeah, you
Okay.
will.
Just keep going.
It's a megaton of fun.
Sure,
Some
that
might
would
say.
make sense later
Right?
on in the game. So I've also, in addition to starting Fallout, been playing the shit out of Jetpack Joyride. Like, I finally realized that I'm
No
gonna
way.
get those trophies.
You're still playing Jetpack
Oh yeah,
Joyride?
because I
great game.
realized that there were trophies. I forgot that
Ton of
there are
trophies.
trophies on a small game like that, and there's not a platinum in it. But I have every single one except for the last one, which is get the Sam Challenge get the 5th day of the Sam Challenge 10 times, and I think I've gotten it 3 or 4. Which means I still have like 30 days worth of playing to go. Because you can only get the Sam machine, it's called the Strong Arm machine, and they abbreviate it as Sam. You can only get it once a day after 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time or something like that. It's super stupid. And you have to get it 5 days in a row to get the big challenge. And then if you get that big challenge, you get 10 of those and then you win the trophy. It's really stupid. But it's the last one and I have to have it. It's really
Okay.
freaking fun.
Yeah, I've played it on iOS.
Yeah.
It's fun.
He
on
had it on
iOS.
his Vita when it was free on PS Plus, and then I liked it so much I went and paid $1 for it on iOS, and then I liked it so much that I paid $3 for it or whatever on PSN. It's fantastic.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're supporting
He
our
always
developers
sounds so
out there.
damn sarcastic when we're like, "This is what we're doing with our lives," and I'm like, "You know what? You asked. I'm telling you," and you're like, "I'm so glad." Yeah.
Brant, what are you doing with your life?
I'm in California, Ben. I don't know if the people who are watching this, if they're watching this, realize this. I'm usually not next to you.
Yep, he's right there. See? I'm touching his face, rubbing his head.
Can we get the porno music to start
He's
playing
there.
now?
I'd prefer you not rub my head, Ben.
Okay, I'll not do that again. I apologize. We went to Yosemite.
We went to OS 10 Yosemite.
OS 10 Yosemite.
We did go. We went to Apple. We talked to them about some bugs.
Yep.
And it was an incredible time. In reality, we went to Yosemite National Park.
We did. It was fun. It was
Not just us. No.
No.
That would be really weird.
That
If
would-
we
that
were
would
just
be-
like, yeah, we went to. There's a couple guys went to Yosemite, just spent some time in a cabin on the lake
Fair enough. We did play Cards Against
Also
Humanity
not
there.
geeky.
for so many hours.
Okay.
Against Humanity's too
Brant,
mainstream
what
now.
games are you
Not
playing?
geeky.
Let's see. What am I playing? I'm kind of between games. You know what I'm playing?
What are you playing? That's what I just asked you.
Wii U Virtual Console. Yeah, see how it feels? Wii U Virtual Console, I'm playing Breath of Fire. It's an SNES RPG.
original?
I had just spent like a week playing a gross amount of Lord of the Rings, The Shadow of Mordor. The Battle for Middle-earth.
Oh yeah, I've seen you on that. How are you liking that one?
It took me a week to get like 96% of everything. I mean, it was one of those games I was just steamrolling through. I was playing until stupid hours of the night when I wasn't doing other things. It was really good, but I needed kind of a palate cleanser game. And so I wanted to play something that was 2D, a little bit more old school, and
of that,
Breath of Fire. It's really, really fun. Six American dollars. I believe,
At
on
this
the,
point, I would
Wii
point
U
out
store.
to Nikki that we should tell these two to get a room, but they're in a room. So,
Anna, what are you doing with your life?
I am reading the Star Wars book that I got for Christmas, finally.
Which Star Wars book are
It's
you
just
reading?
the original trilogy. So the first one's the only one actually written
Oh.
by George Lucas.
Oh, okay, that sounds fun. I do enjoy a good book.
so
What did I tell
dismissive.
you?
So
Don't
dismissive.
sarcastic. Well, that sounds fun.
I was being serious.
Anna, that sounds like
What's
so
the last
much
book
fun.
that you
Two
read?
Willikers.
Wow. Good
What was the
for
last
you.
book I read?
Yeah, you're a big lover of books.
I
What was
am
the
a
last?
big-
What was the last?
The
book you
last
read?
book I read,
Yes.
it's called The Magicians.
Uh-huh.
Just finished it probably 3 or 4 days ago.
What was it about magicians?
Yes, it's kind of like adult Harry Potter. It's kind of weird. No, I mean, I don't. It would take too long to explain the full premise of the story. It's pretty good. I highly recommend it. It's called The Magicians. I can't remember the name of the author right now, so I apologize.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? What I've been doing with my life is very similar to what Sam has been doing with his, and playing a lot of Destiny. Play a lot of Destiny.
I've seen you on that.
Yeah, that's what I play. I did my first level 35 Prison of Elders run.
We all remember our first
Yes.
level 35 Elders run. That was August.
And We farmed Skolas at the end, and I got 2 Elder Ciphers, which is great.
That's one more than
2
I
of them.
Look at you!
I know.
2 of them!
Yeah, that is one more than this many. I'm so glad that Sam remembers how to do fingers. Yeah, no, that's what I've been doing, and I've been playing some of The Witcher, which I absolutely love.
And it's on sale for
Game
$42
is
today.
really fun.
It's about witches, right?
Oh, is it? Go to Target, buy The Witcher. It's great.
The third one.
Product placement.
The third one,
You're overpaying.
not the first one. I've heard the second one's good.
The first one, I tried to play that game right after Shadows of Mordor because I was considering getting The Witcher 3 at some point. I hope that folks like it, so don't get offended when I say that it's dog shit. Because if you like it, that's great. I couldn't get into it. I was like, fuck.
If you like dog shit, that game is perfect for you.
I mean, it's just not my kind of game. I thought it was utter trash.
Okay, guys, we are here to talk about some cosplay, though. I brought Anna because she does the costuming kinds of things.
Right.
Okay? Mm-hmm. Because, you know, she likes to design those things. So
I think you showed me photographs of her work. It's pretty great.
I'm very proud of her work, so I show it off a lot. So, I figured the first question I was going to ask was going to be, have you ever cosplayed? Anna, go.
Not at a convention. I mean...
She cosplays around the house.
No,
she
I've
just
helped
dresses
friends
up.
cosplay
She's like,
for
oh, look who I
conventions,
am.
but I have never
That's-
personally cosplayed.
Gotcha. That's very nice of you to help those in need.
Yeah.
Nikki? Same question.
Yeah, of course I've cosplayed. Not at a convention, but like I've done some badass costumes. What? I don't have time.
Not at a convention.
You can cosplay that.
Her name is Harley Quinn 103.
I would like to point out, very first time I ever saw Nikki, didn't really know who she was. She was just in the
Well,
same...
that's because you've just seen her for the first time. Didn't really know who she was. Never met her before.
Also, didn't actually go up and introduce myself when I met her, or saw her. We were at Beyond
Yeah, we were.
300. I was actually hiding behind the pole while you were talking and just, peeking around, being like...
Hiding behind the
I was on
pole.
the other 100. Woo.
Yeah. And you were wearing your Harley Quinn just whole
Actually,
get
I
up.
was just wearing the leggings.
Little
and I was
mask?
not wearing a mask.
No,
I did
really?
not have pigtails. No.
Oh.
I was wearing my legit, always favorite, classic black milk Harley Quinn leggings. Thank you. And the ones that I recently bought were the ones that I wore at Kinda Funny. So now I have 2 pair of Harley Quinn leggings. Along with a Harley Quinn onesuit and a dress. And
These
So-
were the black
Yes.
milk ones.
Then there must have been another person dressed as Harley Quinn at
How-
Beyond 300.
Ben
I'm
bullshit.
convinced.
I know.
Ben, don't project
I can
your
see the
weird
brown eyes from
podcast fantasies on other people.
Uh,
no, but I've done a
Sam.
few other things.
Okay.
So other than just Harley Quinn, I've done other stuff. So.
Yeah, I didn't meet Nikki that weekend either.
what?
I didn't meet Nikki that week either. Although I'm sure I saw
yeah.
her somewhere in one of the events.
Yeah. I'm sure, yeah, whatever. No one cares about Nikki that much.
I do. Nikki's a wonderful person.
Oh.
We have great conversations from
Suck
time to
critic.
time.
You know what?
Yeah.
Sam! Sam.
What's up?
Have you ever cosplayed?
He actually sounded
Interestingly
ju-
enough, my answer is just the same as these two. Yes, but not at a convention. And no, I don't want to talk about it. I have a very basic rule when it comes to cosplay. I have no problem doing it at a convention. I just will not put the effort into making my own costume.
What?
So-
That's the fun part.
Oh.
It's more stressful too, but super fun.
Anyways. No, if someone wants to make me a cool costume, I will wear it. I'm not opposed to it. But most likely I will not do it on my own. Unless
See,
you
and
count...
he's the kind of person you can get to pay $500 for a flippin'
No,
awesome
he's
costume
not.
on Etsy.
No, he's
yeah,
not.
he is. Yeah, he is.
not.
He doesn't want to talk about it because he spent over $500 on the costume.
I have gone around cons dressed in a tux with a Mickey Mouse hat and Mickey Mouse hands, high-fiving people. So, if you count that, boom.
So creative.
Yeah, exactly.
Simple.
How about you, Brant? You seem to me like someone who wakes up in the morning, opens the closet, and like, am I gonna wear Link? Am I gonna wear Link? Am Am I gonna wear...
Adult
Wings?
things?
By the way, if people saw what you were doing, that pantomime, and had the sound muted, that was awkward.
Go into my closet.
Oh, yeah. Sure enough.
Because you're also holding something off screen. I just want to point that out to you. I cosplay as you sometimes when I get into fights in New York City. I rack up giant gambling debts, and they say, I'm Ben Riddick. You can follow me on Twitter. You're so narcissistic. I'm like, just type Riddick into Bing, Google, whatever the hell. If there's a search engine, I'll just pop up, and then I bounce. No, I've never cosplayed. I would like to cosplay, but there's only one character that that's actually a question I'd like to ask all of the humans. All the humans.
All of the humans in the whole world!
Ben, don't get too
Including
crazy.
those in the chat.
Yeah, which is, once I'm done, what if you had to cosplay as a character, Nikki? If you had to cosplay as a character that wasn't Harley Quinn, what would it be? I would like to cosplay as Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim, that's a...
You could pull
I'd
that.
say that's a good one, but that would be really... I feel like it would be pretty easy.
Yeah, that's
You
what I'm
could do
saying.
that on-
I just
on-
need the armbands. I want the shirt. I
Yeah.
look kind of like Scott Pilgrim. Yeah,
There you go. I could totally see you
doing
pulling
the Scott Pilgrim.
the Scott
Yep.
Pilgrim thing. How about you, Anna? Ideal cosplay character.
You didn't
can
say
get.
anything, did you?
I didn't.
I
will.
answer your own question.
Oh. No, I've never cosplayed.
What a loser.
There we go.
Just keep the show going.
Unless Halloween counts.
It does.
In which case, I guess I have.
Totally does.
Oh, okay. Then just not at a convention like everybody else here.
Accurate.
Now to Brand's question.
Yes, my question.
I need to think a little bit on my ideal cosplay character. Anna, do you have... I'm sure you have something in mind. If you could cosplay as any video game, movie, TV character.
Any
who
person,
would,
yeah.
Who would you
I
cosplay
don't
as? We've actually had this discussion before,
Yeah,
I think.
I don't
Haven't
have
we?
one that I would
Okay.
like to cosplay as. I know a bunch that I would like to have other people cosplay as, because my thing is, if I'm doing it, then it has to look really good. It has to look like the character, and I don't look like any character, so therefore I cannot cosplay unless I do the dead red shirt again.
She looks like a nobody.
I
Oh, I think I hurt
Yeah.
her feelings.
You could pull off a Harley Quinn.
I don't have long hair
Yeah,
anymore.
there you go.
Hmm?
It doesn't matter. She doesn't have long hair. You do ponytails. It's cute. I always have to like pin my hair up so it's short ponytails because she doesn't have like super long ones.
No, but I can't put my hair in pigtails anymore. It's a bob, so it's like super short in the back.
You could still pull it off.
I would do the red shirt again.
There you
That
go.
was fun.
Yeah. Nikki, your ideal non-Harley Quinn.
Damn. No. I
that would just
I've
be
always
too
wanted
easy.
to do
Otherwise.
the female version of Ezio from Assassin's Creed because I think they're fantastic.
Oh, okay.
Ezio. What am I
Anyway,
saying?
Ezio.
but I always see the girls that do like the super badass outfits with the hoods and shit like that, and I really want to wear those. Like Jessica Negri's Connor outfit, I really liked. Basically, any kind of an assassin outfit, and that's my goal in the next few years is to actually be able to make one of those costumes. So
I just want to see you with a
I know.
sword of any
Right?
sort.
Or like a hidden... I don't want to see her with a sword,
I do.
actually.
She'd kill you. We're
Sword
fine. We're
coming
friends.
at
I buy her
ya.
cups. She gives me girl advice. We have a whole
Yeah.
thing going on.
Yeah, indeed. Samuel.
So I like the giant poofy characters. So in
The giant
in
poofy
the
characters. So you want to be
So
a
in the
tribble.
past, it
A
might
big
have
tribble.
been, it might have been Kung Fu Panda, which would be great.
Ah.
But one
That
of
would
the
be
cons I
good.
went to
I can
this
see that.
year makes me kind of want to do like a Baymax cosplay.
Oh, that'd be a good one, too.
Maybe in like the armor, because I don't think I've seen anyone do that.
Yeah.
So not just poofy white.
That'd be cool.
But that's a lot more complex than I think people give it credit for. At least to like do it right, as opposed to just wearing like a big poofy smock.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I could definitely see that working. I think, for me, I would love to cosplay as Cole McGrath from Infamous 2.
that'd be cool.
No? That would be cool. Get one of those like little I forget what he calls it, the amp thing that he uses to beat the shit out of people. You know the thing I'm
So
talking
basically,
about?
like a pipe with some glow sticks wrapped around it.
Yeah, sure. Why not, Nikki?
Just
Why
trying to
not?
help you for future endeavors, okay?
I appreciate it. You are very helpful. So Anna, you do costuming stuff like that. That is your thing. That is your shtick, so to speak.
Nice.
Well, but you like doing it, correct?
I would hope so.
I hope so as well.
She's like over freaking costume. God, fucking damn it, I hate this stupid shit. I haven't even thought a thread.
Well,
So, you
fun.
mentioned
Design.
you mentioned that if you were to cosplay, it would have to be perfect.
If I were to do it,
Because yeah, okay. So let's say you take that, and you were to make costumes for Nikki, Sam, Brant, and myself. What characters do you choose for
then
each
you
of
have
us?
to wait. 'Cause
Okay,
I
that's
have
fine.
lists.
We can... you have lists?
I've saved. Okay, well, you wanted to do the podcast.
She's already been doing
Yeah,
this.
so you wanted to do the podcast, so I created stuff to bring up for good cosplay ideas.
See,
I'm on my
I like
shit.
her. We should
Wait,
have
wait,
her
wait.
on the show more
So
often.
Ben, why aren't you on your shit then?
Yeah. Apparently things don't run in the family.
All right, I think we have a new written host.
Skipped a generation.
And Nikki, Anna and I are the same generation.
Whatever.
The same console generation.
I'm just letting you know. A generation.
Yeah.
Right? I do love my puns.
I just fucking.
So, another thing that I wanted to bring up, and this seems to be a pretty big thing in cosplay, is that at least the ones that get the most attention are... Oh, I couldn't tell if Anna just, like, puked into the corner for a second. Like, she was just so disgusted with how I'm hosting this show that she just decided
I
to
feel
move the
that
computer and
way
go,
too, and
I completely lost my train of thought. And now Sam's breaking shit.
Do you want me to intro the next topic? I see it on the thing.
You know what, Brant? Go for it. Please.
Alright, well, see, cosplaying's fun. It's supposed to be fun for everybody. It's fun. It's supposed to be fun for the older people, for the younger people, for the boys, for the girls. Sometimes, unfortunately, there's jerks in this world who like trolls, you might call, in IRL, and they want to ruin everybody's fun. And there's sometimes there's some sexism going on in this thing that should have no sexism. Shouldn't have to, women should certainly who I think bear the brunt of this should certainly not have to.
They bear more than the brunt. But
See, this is the problem. You're literally the problem. You literally just did the thing that I'm saying shouldn't. Why? Is you are the reason people hate the gender that is ours, because that's the bad thing. You don't say that thing. You say like, hey. We're trying to get better.
I was actually just about to say, and Lee was on the same brainwave as me. I leveled up. I'm married. I can be as much of an asshole
Don't
as I
think so.
want.
Wow.
No, you. First of all, that was the partial answer. The full statement is I married up.
Yeah.
That is. Every time you say you're married, you have to mention that your
I
wife
married
is so much
out of
better
my
than
league.
you in like every
so
way.
ridiculous how out of my league I married up.
The only thing in his league are canines.
Ooh.
I love you.
Actually, dogs.
Maybe that's why you were in the
Okay, so
Wow.
since everything else seems to be just derailed.
Anyway, so let's talk about sexism and cosplay.
Well, okay, so I think of it in multiple different ways, concerning a lot of the stuff that's been happening in cosplay in the last year or so. So I want to pick one specific topic, and I want to ask Anna about this because she kind of mentioned it when we were talking about cosplay earlier, which is, there are some people who think people should not cosplay out of their physical body type. So specifically that people who are overweight should not cosplay characters who are not overweight. And some of it's because it's true to character, some of it might be that sort of fat shaming sort of thing. What do you guys think about that?
I personally disagree. When I cosplay, like if I were to cosplay, I would want, for my personal preference, to go with something more authentic. But I think it's always really cool and really inspiring when other people look outside of the box, whether it's because of their personal body shape or just their own interpretation of the character, to try to expand on what they get from the person rather what's portrayed in a given circumstance.
Essentially, cosplay in and of itself is an expression. It's art in a different kind of medium. So, yeah, I mean, what Anna's saying is perfect. You get to bring your own interpretation of these characters to the forefront. So, I mean, it's you do you, as we say
Do we
in
really
California.
say that?
As the teens say.
That's what Brant tells me, at least.
That's what teens say.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's what the teens say.
Yeah.
We're trying to be hip with the lingo.
I'm not. I can't. That
I feel like you haven't said
Okay,
hella
I'm
enough
trying to be
yet.
hip. That is one I absolutely refuse to say.
Wow.
Get on that.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I agree with Anna. You have to be free to express whatever you want to express. I will say, that being said, please, for the love of God, know what your body looks like. If you're trying to put something on that is 8 sizes too small for you, that's just not fun for anyone. And it doesn't look comfortable for you.
Well, like, there's
So-
things that I'd want to cosplay as, but I don't have the body type to fit the amount of skin that's shown. Like, Harley's Arkham outfit. She's got an entire midriff showing, and I just wouldn't personally choose to cosplay as that particular Harley. Now, the other ones, they cover up everything. And yeah, her nylon and spandex is pretty tight, but at least everything is covered and sucked in and everything. I mean, so that's something that I think people should think about. Like, if you're gonna do the Arkham Harley, think about maybe a full tank top instead of a bustier, depending on your size. I mean, I still don't like girls walking around topless, but
I mean, I guess the question
if
is,
you
like,
feel comfortable in it, though, that's another thing.
It's kind of a shame.
yeah, I mean, I guess that would be the question, right? Is if someone didn't fit into that body type and wore it anyway, and maybe looked not as close to the character as they could, like, is that wrong? Just
No, because if they feel comfortable and they love what they're wearing and they think they look freaking awesome, then it'd be more power to you. Don't think of what other people... Like, that's personally what I would do. Like, I wouldn't wear an outfit that shows something that I'm uncomfortable with just because that's what I want to do and I want to cosplay it perfectly. You know, if I was going to cosplay as Noriko, I probably wouldn't be wearing something that shows my entire stomach. Just because I wouldn't. You know, I'd be wearing probably a full dress or something like that, something that covers the entire area, because I don't feel comfortable exposing that. But if you're bigger than that and you feel comfortable exposing that much skin, go for it. Like, fuck them. Like, I saw, who was it? Tim Geddes posted a picture of, was it Anna and Elsa or something, cosplaying at MomoCon, and one of them was heavier and something. I think it was the Elsa one that was heavier. And I was like, badass. So what? Like, that's what you shouldn't be... like, oh my god, I can't think of the word. You shouldn't be confined to cosplay things that are only your shape. Because, I mean, let's get real. I mean, if Ben's gonna cosplay somebody from Infamous, you gonna hit the gym, or you're gonna just... I mean, I figured we'd bring you up, narcissistic and all.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, yes, that's something I do agree with, but it's not just the... I'm trying to think of the right word. I mean, body shaming is something that's happening a lot in cosplay, but it doesn't necessarily matter if you are the wrong body type, or not even the wrong... I'm trying to not be incredibly offensive. It's really difficult because I'm just naturally an asshole. and it's just kind of difficult. No, but people are judging typically women in general, regardless of their body type.
That's what I meant
they
by
could
women,
be the curviest, like most.
Jessica Negri of them all.
Jessica Negri is a great example. What I really wanted to bring up was Luna Laney at MomoCon. What was MomoCon was a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. And people were getting all on her for the stuff that she was dressing as, because she was very revealing, very skimpy. I don't know really the right phrasing to use for this.
Revealing?
Revealing is what I said.
I wasn't listening, I'm sorry.
And no one responded.
Yeah, no, I think that hits the nail on the head. In terms of
so I mean, and Luna Laney is, I think, an example of someone who is absolutely gorgeous, as far as that goes, and people are still being assholes about it. Can someone else throw in some opinion on?
So let's call it a bigger issue than just that, and that would be, this year in the last 12 months probably saw the rise to more opinion on the internet about topics like rape culture, right? And when you look at cosplay, that manifested itself with kind of that campaign of cosplay is not consent. But, of course, there are people who fall on both sides of that, which is, if you wear something incredibly revealing, are you setting yourself up to be sexually harassed? Not saying whether that sexual harassment is good or warranted or deserved or anything like that, but are you creating that situation? And do you hold any responsibility for that situation? And I'm reading this memo about MomoCon, so...
Yeah,
I think regardless of what you cosplay as, when you cosplay, you're asking for looks. I don't think that you're necessarily. It's just inappropriate for people to be racy towards you, and like comment and grab ass and stuff like that. That's not okay, no matter what you're doing, cosplay or not. Like, even if the character is somebody in the game or movie or whatever that's labeled as a racy, skanky, whatever character, like. That's not what you came there for. Unless you're specifically saying, hey, you nerd, grab my butt. Like, that's not... Don't just because somebody cosplayed as something doesn't give you the right to grow.
I'm going to use that the next time I go to a convention. I'm just going to walk into a room and say, hey, nerd, grab my butt.
On Twitter.
I mean, yeah, just because you're wearing skimpy things doesn't give people the right to grope you. I mean, you're going to be asking for looks because you're dressed up. If you did not want people to look at your costume, you wouldn't wear it. Like, the reason people wear costumes is to get a compliment on it. Oh, that's cool. I like what you did with that. Or you look badass. Or that's hot. Even, comments like that. But not really, really inappropriate things. So.
And then we get back into the whole... cosplay is art. It's an expression of yourself. And if that's how you want to express yourself, that's great. It's not like... it's something that bothers me. It's not like these same people that go to conventions are going to art galleries and being like, oh, this is stupid, raw, I shit all over your art.
Also, nobody's like playing grab ass with a Monet.
Exactly. No one's playing grab ass with a Monet.
But yeah, no, I think that's creepy. I saw that. I was at PAX East, and there were tons of cosplayers there and stuff like that. And there were dudes and ladies who were dressed as all sorts of characters, and both of them were.
Were there dudes that looked like ladies?
A dude looks like a lady.
Wanna?
Yeah, it's a great Nickelback song. So I and yeah, I would see them at my peripheral vision, depending, regardless of if they're scantily clad or objectively or subjectively attractive, whatever. I'd like to look over and say like, oh, that person is dressed as that, and that's perfectly fine. But then I would see if there was a woman who was dressed slightly revealingly, like in my peripheral vision, I could see guys ogling her, and I'm like, that. I don't know, it just creeped me out. I'm like, you could just be like, oh, that's a cool character, and then kind of like move on, as opposed to just being really strange about it. It's my bit.
It's a good bit. Having not really had a lot of opportunity to go to a lot of conventions, I don't have that much experience with what you're talking about, but it's at the end of every convention, I feel like Twitter and Facebook is just filled with all of these things, like, you know, this kind of thing happened. But on the other side, you know, we've talked a lot about the bad. There's also the awesome. I mean, if you have a great costume, I see people like this all the time on Reddit while I'm searching through just browsing through the pictures, and they'll get pictures taken with people with great cosplays.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, that's got to be probably the most flattering thing to them. I mean, wouldn't you guys think?
Yeah. I mean, if someone's posting pictures of my cosplay, that would be the coolest thing. What? Just say it.
No, I mean...
I answered the question, nobody else would.
I know you answered my question.
Well, I mean, it was really cool to go through the comments on Beyond 300 and have people say, I mean, I wasn't cosplaying, but they were like, Harley Quinn leggings, awesome! And I'm like, yay, somebody noticed. You know, that was fun. So if I had a whole outfit on and someone's posting pictures of it, you know, that's pretty cool. I mean, obviously, if they're saying nice things, if they're being an asshole, then fuck you.
You've been quiet, Anna.
What? I've been looking at pictures.
You've been
I'm
quiet.
being productive. But
What kind of pictures?
cosplay pictures. I have a list of all the characters that you guys
There's
see.
2 different kinds of cosplay pictures.
4chan.
Yeah, and I remember. Oh.
So, Anna, a while ago we asked you a question about the perfect cosplay for the 4 of us.
Yes. And now I have a list.
Oh, God.
She has a list.
Now you have a list. I knew you would.
Okay, so for Nikki, you know the new Spider-Gwen comics that came out?
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of people doing that, and I think that's really interesting. A lot of them are more like bodysuits, which is what it is. But to have different interpretations of that has yet to happen. So if you wanted to take it into, like... You could take it into a more street-like approach to it because of the hood and because of the color scheme. It's still... and that would be cool. You could...
Oh my gosh, you could almost do like an Assassin's Creed style Spider-Gwen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing some mock-ups of some stuff that they've done, and there's some cool stuff out there.
Mm.
And I love leggings, so leggings and that Spider-Gwen hoodie would always go fabulous together.
That one was my favorite, but I also like Magic from the X-Men, because I think the arm would always be a really cool thing, and something like that would obviously draw attention if you were to go to one.
So real quick, Magic is a slightly obscure character reference. So I'm just going to give a quick rundown of who Magic is. Magic, twin sister of Colossus, the guy who turns into metal in the X-Men. Her power is that she was pretty much bathed in the blood of another realm, essentially. And she can control things in that realm. She can teleport and do magic.
Mm.
And that's magic.
She would be cool, and so would Emma Frost. Obviously, there are more promiscuous costumes for her, but you can add your own twist, add like a sheer crystal studded overlay to give you the diamond appearance. There are also different... You know how like people make the I can't even remember what it's called, the spirit gums masks, where they can do like all of the butterfly petals and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Their face. You can do that with jewels.
Yeah.
Go along with the sheer overlays.
Oh, and she was played by the one that did Mad Men. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Those are
then for Ben, I said Gandalf because of your height.
And your age. Duh.
And my age. I am about 300 years old, so it makes sense that I would be Gandalf.
I'm a Zemeckis warrior god. God, why not? If I'm gonna say Zemeckis Warrior, might as well go to God too. Yeah, I'm 35,000 years old.
But as a couple, you and Lee could pull off doing Rogue and Gambit.
Rogue and
That's so
Gambit
funny,
is what Anna would
because
want you
G and I were
to
thinking
cosplay
about
as.
doing that this year because I looked up rogue costumes on Etsy and I'm like, that would be badass. I love her outfit. And then he was like, well, I'd have to do Gambit, and I'm like, that's probably doable. But that would be fun.
It would be. Yeah, I mean, Lee and I's Halloween costume this year, though, was Yzma and Kronk from Emperor's New Groove, Anna, so...
But I had
Very
to
cute.
go against
We're going to
it.
have to do that
And
first.
you also admitted that you would want something body structured towards you. And
Yes,
otherwise,
I
for
do.
Gambit, it's you could body paint abs on, and then he has a trench coat. So actually build
Oh,
muscle.
thanks. Because I couldn't make my own abs.
You have daddy's genes.
These are where I keep my abs, if I had any.
Nobody makes me grow my own abs.
And then I haven't learned names. The person next to you.
Yeah, the artist formerly known as Brent, also the 3,000-year-old Zemeckis warrior god. Continue, yes. Soon you will hear my name.
Let's call him Ben's boyfriend.
Okay. Well, if that were the case, then he'd have to cosplay as Neil Patrick Harris. But, to be your official boyfriend. But
Yeah.
Two-Face would be a cool one, because you could do a lot with your hair. And the face paint for that is always fun. There's also Nightcrawler for anybody, because I like Nightcrawler.
And it was just like, I just want somebody to be Nightcrawler. I don't care who it is. I just
Nightcrawler.
like him.
You over
And then
there.
also for you, if there are people who do like a lot of combined characters, which I personally think a really cool combined character, which a lot of people are probably going to say no to, would be the Mad Hatter and the Joker for a Disney and comic book like mashup, which could be really cool. Nobody really agrees with me on that. And then for you, which Sam,
Sam.
you have a name under your thing.
Yay.
I liked what you said about Baymax, because with his armor, you could take that in so many different directions, and everybody does different steampunked things. But to do that with that character would be really fun.
Ooh.
And also Beast, because I like Beast too. But yeah. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Done.
Steampunk Baymax would be pretty cool. I have to say, Sam. And I think you could pull that
I
off.
think so too. Maybe.
Anna will make you the costume.
Nothing intricate about that.
Ba-la-la-la-la. Let's move on to the next topic of the night. Okay. Real quick, we do have someone from the chat. Finch KC. He is working on a Riddler from Arkham City for his local con this year. I have to say, as far as Batman villains go, like, if I were to cosplay a Batman villain, the Riddler is who I would want to play.
Real quick,
And I can hear myself somewhere.
God, Ben the Ridiculous.
I don't know where, but someone is watching the stream while we're streaming.
Headphones? No headphones.
Ooh.
I'm
Anna.
not playing anything.
Nosferatu.
So Riddler would be really cool. Finch, when you have that finished, you should definitely post some of the pictures, and we'll talk about it. I'm sure.
That'd be funny for Halloween. You should be Ben the Ridiculous Riddler.
Ben the Ridiculous Riddler. Oh my god, I love it. This is gonna happen now. I just want everyone to know this is going to happen.
See what my brain makes me do.
This is his brain on spaghetti. Or whatever he's eating.
Spaghetti is so good. It's spaghetti. And then there's So we talked about sexism with cosplay, but another thing that I want to bring up is a lot of these people that go and cosplay, especially the more promiscuous costumes. For example, the Jessica Negri Assassin's Creed costume. A lot of people go out there and say, oh, you're just slutifying a character from a video game you don't really like, you're not really into the culture, and so on and so forth. How much a part of gaming culture do you think cosplayers are in on? Like, do you really think that the cosplayers out there aren't into the games that they are cosplaying for?
Be a whole lot of effort to dress up as something you don't know about or don't like.
I mean,
People are going to come up
Brand.
to you expecting you to, like, be like this character when you dress up as it.
there's got to be some out there that might not know everything. Like, if I dressed up as Spider-Gwen, okay? I don't follow the comic. But I do other nerd things, you know? But I mean, I guarantee
Right, so-
most of the girls that cosplay, or guys that cosplay, at least know something about nerd culture. Maybe not what they're cosplaying right at the moment. And they might not be ultra nerd, but they do have to do something.
Ultra
I mean, some of them might not, but I guarantee for the most part, most of them know stuff about what they're doing.
Absolutely.
Well, and I think this is the
Sam?
problem. Like, so have any of you watched Heroes of Cosplay? That ridiculous show
Yes. I love that show.
on Sci-Fi.
I love that
I mean,
show.
like, so they basically created like a sci-fi cosplay show about different I mean, I think Yaya Han's been on every one, but it's like a group of different cosplayers going to different cons, and I feel like that in itself puts cosplay in like a very different spin than what it is for the average person, right? So for that show, it's all like about competition and winning and getting a contract, not really getting a contract, but like maybe if I get noticed here, I'll get this job here. And to me, like, I feel like there is the majority of cosplayers go out there because they love the character they're doing. And I think that's why a lot of my friends who cosplay don't have 10 to 20 cosplays, don't like the professional cosplayers or whatever you want to call it. I think a lot of them just pick one or two that they really like and do it. And I don't think there's necessarily a right or wrong way to do it either, about whether you pay someone to do a costume for you or you make it on your own. So, but I mean, I think when you think of it as, because you brought up earlier, cosplay is like a form of art. I think there's a lot of people, if you consider yourself maybe more professional, that might look at it as like a challenge. You know, hey, I think it would be really cool for you to do this character, and you have no idea who it is, and that's part of the discovery phase and understanding who the character is and maybe what your interpretation of that's going to be. So I can see it kind of going both ways as far as knowing and not knowing.
All right, Anna, how about you? I mean, would you think that if you were going to finally do a cosplay for you would pick a character that you knew about, right? I mean, personally?
I would, but I can also understand, like, if I picked a character that I didn't necessarily know, I would read up on that character to take an interpretation or to be able to understand why they're dressed the way they're dressed. So, yeah, I would prefer to be a character that I know a lot about, so that way I can be like, oh, look, I can rewear this for Halloween. But, from a standpoint of, like, the artistic, if I wanted to do something that was challenging, picking a character that, no matter what character someone picks, they're going to read up on just to know the basic knowledge of, like, why they're dressed the way they're dressed, or how to take that character to a different standpoint, from a different standpoint, if that made any sense.
It does. And, I mean, know what you're doing is essentially what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right.
I have a reason for doing it.
Yeah. So I think we can all agree that cosplayers are definitely true nerds. I mean, Brant, is there anything that you have to add that you think?
No, I mean I think I said it all at the top. If you're dressed up as a character, you probably you are certainly more you're more into nerd culture in certain ways than other people, or at the very least that is your method of expressing that.
No question. More
Yeah.
of a Anna. You could totally do Mystique.
That would be fun.
Just thinking about that, I'm like, which ones have short little bob? Oh, Mystique had a short bob. That would be cute. You could pull that off. Sorry, rejection.
So here,
There you
I've
go.
got a question for you guys. So since most of you, except for Brent, have cosplayed but not at a convention, what's stopping, or what's stopping you from going to a convention in general? Because
Distance.
certainly,
Funny.
Money.
Money and distance.
money and distance.
Money is really the only one. Distance doesn't
Money,
really
and I don't
affect.
drive.
Yeah, distance.
She doesn't drive.
Distance affects
Thank God.
Because I mean, I'm 2 hours away from San Francisco. It's like even if I was going to go to one there, it'd be pretty expensive. So the money's in relation to the distance.
I get flight benefits. I can fly wherever I want.
Okay.
So,
Remember
if
when I said that he married
All right.
up?
So Ben,
One of those reasons.
what? I mean, certainly, a con's what, like a good con's $50-$60
So-
for a badge.
He's
So
so,
here's
narcissistic. He just likes to
more-
cosplay as himself every day.
No. I mean, here's
Yeah.
the bigger thing. The nature of my job, it's really difficult to get time off. To go to something like this, on top of making sure that it's, the funds are there to go. to
No,
an event
but I
like
mean,
that.
like, that's probably more true now than when I knew you before, right? What kept you from going to a con before?
I mean, I went to cons
okay.
before.
You
I
just didn't want to cosplay.
It wasn't one of the things that was on my radar to do. I just went there for the events itself and to have a good time. But yeah, I would. Leah and I have talked about going to cons now, and I think we've both that going to a con, her and I would cosplay. I mean, that's just because it would add a new level of fun and enjoyment to the con itself.
And-
I mean, you go to cons on a fairly regular basis, right, Sam? Like, I've seen pictures on Facebook of you going to cons.
Yes.
Do you?
So don't you deny
I
it,
do.
Buster.
I didn't
So-
go as much when I was in school, but yes. I've been going to cons.
So I mean, and do you notice a difference going to a con cosplaying versus not cosplaying? Does it change the level of con fun?
I mean,
For you.
I'm sure it does. I mean, not for me because I haven't cosplayed at a con, but yeah, I mean, I think for some, it's probably akin to me. Like, I don't know what to do at a con if I'm not staffing. Like, I really have no idea what I'm supposed to enjoy and all this other stuff. And I'm pretty sure there's plenty of people who feel the same way about. I don't know what to do at a con if I'm not cosplaying. And I think for some people, yeah, it is that like, hey, I'm going to show off what I did, a character I like. You know, I don't know how often when I'm walking at a con, it doesn't matter how good, bad, close, not close the cosplay is to the actual character. Everyone gets stopped and asked to have their picture taken. Like, it's just like this cool side effect of that. And I think for some people, that's definitely part that, they probably wouldn't go without.
Okay. So I mean, you think your opinion is a con is not a con if you're not cosplaying.
Well, for people who are really into cosplay. I mean,
yeah, no,
yeah, I mean, I certainly think
But
there are
even-
a lot of people who enjoy a con without cosplaying and would never care to, because that's just not necessarily the attention they want to get.
Oh yeah, see, I would do it. I'd cosplay the shit out of a con, and then G, on the other hand, probably would not, because I like the attention. We all know that. No.
What?
He
No
likes
way.
attention, no way.
I
He
too
does not
enjoy
like
attention.
So it's like, I'd cosplay the shit out of something. I'd be bouncing around that place like freaking no other Harley. Like, it'd be crazy.
Anna,
By other people.
how about you?
I don't
You-
like
what?
I don't like personal attention. I like when people like the things that I've done, so I would do it to friends.
You can make all my costumes.
Done.
We should collaborate on something, because I'm a sewer, and if you're a designer, we could make something cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
See?
I love
there you
sewing.
go.
I love it. I made my prom dress when I was in high school, so sewing's pretty awesome.
Our costumes, and for a past assignment, we had to construct an entire, 50s dress. And I had to do it, but I did not enjoy doing it.
Yeah. Anna, should we announce what we're going to be doing as a regular show? So, part of the reason I chose cosplay as the topic for tonight is Anna, my sister, who is a wonderful, wonderful, incredibly talented designer of costumes. She mostly does theater stuff, but her and I have been talking, and we are going to do a cosplay show. The general idea of this show is we are going to kind of do weekly and monthly segments where we help people come up with great cosplay ideas, and by we, I mean I will host the show, and she will do most of the work.
Like
so make
every
sure,
show Ben does.
Sounds like this show.
yeah, I mean,
You host, and we're the ones who do bring the insight.
exactly.
We're
exactly.
the talent.
I mean, I would be nothing without you guys, so that makes sense.
You'd be a man on Twitch talking to no one.
I would be.
That is
really
kind of no
weird.
one, yeah.
So we have a bunch of cool things planned for that. Be sure to keep tuned to the Twitter sphere. We'll give out our Twitters in just a few minutes to figure out when that show is going to be and more details on that. Does anyone have anything they want to add to the cosplay topic?
Cosplayers make everything better.
No?
Sorry.
Cool. Real quick, we have one more question from the audience. Sam, will you be getting
I'll
Fallout
convince someone
4?
else to get it for me.
Hey, that's like my life.
Nikki,
I
Fallout
don't know.
4.
She buys it.
Okay. Anna,
Fallout 4.
she's like, I have no idea what that is. Move on. Brant, Fallout 4.
If it's on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, you're doggone right I will. No, I'm not going to buy that game.
Okay. I'm going to get the shit out of that game, by the way.
He's going to buy
Like
two
that.
copies.
All
Two to buy
different
my
levels.
copy.
Someone will buy it for me. Maybe if someone buys it for me. I don't even know what that is. Not gonna buy it. So gonna buy it.
It'll appear.
Guys, that's the show. Be sure to follow us all on Twitter. I am at BRidiculous, BRIDDICKULOUS. Brant is at BRanj, BRANJ.
And remember, y'all, of course, you can check out my wonderful website, ranchstash.com. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Just go to Ranchstash for all your Ranchstash-related needs.
Indeed. Sam can be found on Twitter at DJ Fluffkins, dropping all of those sweet, fluffy beats. Nikki is at HarleyQuinn103.
Ben doesn't care about me. See the inflection
And-
you put on that? None.
And Anna, I did not prepare. What
Oh, I
is your
found it on
Twitter,
Twitter.
handle?
Sorry.
Anna, what is your
No,
Twitter
I found
handle?
a Twitter.
Really? You're following? You're
All
following
right.
Ben.
Perfect.
You don't.
Perfect. Sam, what is Anna's Twitter handle? I believe it's something like Anna Riddick
Oh,
5777.
the one I found was just Anna_Riddick. But it could.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
many Anna
there could-
Riddicks are
There could be
there?
another one following you.
You can no, we gotta leave him. We gotta leave him with a cliffhanger. If you want to know Anna's Twitter handle, go to ranchstash.com for the answer. That is ranchstash.com.
And of course, guys, listening to the iTunes version of this show, you can watch the show live every Sunday at 7 p.m.-ish Pacific Daylight Time. And you can be a part of the chat, which Chat, thank you so much. You are awesome. I love reading what you've got going on in here while we're going. If I don't always get to your questions or your comments, I apologize, but I am reading them, I promise. And of course, you can subscribe on iTunes. It's the Ridiculous Rants Show. You can watch us on YouTube, www.youtube.com/Ridiculous Productions. And of course, don't forget, we are currently trying to raise $5,000 for Children's Miracle Network hospitals via Extra
I missed
Life.
it. Did you tell people what the Twitch stream is? You did, right? No? Yes? No?
Oh, I did not. Sam, that's why you're here. The Twitch stream. Twitch. You can go, if you want to watch the Twitch stream, go to www.nkrn.org/Twitch, and it will bring you to this channel. There we go. And I am reading this Best Doug N.A. See? I proved it.
Anna, we just like to...
We are...
I was going to say,
What?
Anna, we'd just like to point out that Doug and I both appreciate your chipmunk cheeks. That was what was in the chat.
Uh-huh. Thank you.
Yes. So we're trying to raise $5,000 for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. You can go donate. There's a link in the chat right now, but you can also go to www.nkrn.org/extralife. Like I said, we're trying to raise a bunch of money. We are also trying to do some really cool stuff during Extra Life. We've got a bunch of really neat giveaways planned already, including, and this is the first time I'm announcing this on air, this PS1. Original PS1 signed by the cast. I'm sorry, the PSX. Signed by the people of Kinda Funny Games. That's, Greg Miller, Colin Moriarty, Tim Geddes, and Nick Scarpino. Also, if you're a big Twitch fan, Alfredo Diaz has his signature on here. And then if you're IGN fans, I've got Marty Sleeva's signature and some Andrew Goldfarb action on this thing. So this is going to be one of the things that you can essentially win from our live stream that night. Okay. What?
Aren't you streaming for a day?
The
Oh
entire
yeah,
day.
24 hours.
Yeah, 24 hours.
It's a really
Playing
long
video games
night.
for a day,
The
folks.
entire-
Yeah. It's going to be a really long night. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for participating in the chat. And it's been another ridiculous night, guys. And remember,
We can't spell
you
it.
can